Welcome to the No Hangover podcast.
You can check us out on all our platforms: Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google Play, Anchor, YouTube, Spotify, now with video, our social media platforms, Instagram at No Hangover Podcast, and TikTok _hangover. Enjoy.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Good old, yeah, this is life. This is
Which is like
this is what we live in. Episode 135 of the No Hangover podcast. Like always, this is Jacob. Got Eric over there.
What's up?
This beautiful young lady next to us is Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Forgot about Dennis. The voice in the background, the conscience.
Wasn't done, but okay.
The voice of reason.
It's okay,
Fast
Jacob.
enough?
But yeah, back to Chris. I mean, people know who she is.
But all right.
I think I've been on here enough now. People
Yeah.
recognize my face.
Well, for our new viewers.
For the listeners.
Oh, hey,
though.
new viewers.
Yeah, listeners.
I'm an old-time
however
friend.
you're tuning in.
I'm an
Yeah.
old-time friend of these two.
For sure. Fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Solid stuff. Keeping it 100.
Always.
Nice.
All right, Jacob. What we got for today?
Well, I was gonna get into a couple things. First one being just our lives. How y'all been doing? How's your how's week
Just
been?
just a life update from
Yeah.
everybody.
Hey,
I
well,
haven't-
Kristen, you can go first.
Oh, I've been great.
Anything new? Exciting?
Not really. Just working. It's summertime, so
Oh my God! So
getting
you
ready
get
for summer
like,
camp.
Oh, you're doing summer camp. You don't take the 2 months off.
No, like we've been off for like the last week, and then Monday I'll go back for like
Mhm.
summer camp. But been off, so just getting ready for that. I've been a little sad though, cause my kids left, and I got a little attached to them this year.
Damn. But then you
So-
get a new batch next year, and
And everybody says that, but like there's nothing like that one batch,
the one
Like,
batch.
one batch that kind of like.
The special. How
Is
many?
Is
How
this
many?
your first class? Was that your
Doesn't-
first
well,
class?
at this school, yeah.
Uh,
I've had like one other class that's like been my own, but that's been a couple years. So this is my first batch class at this school.
They're not.
That-
They're not eggs.
cookies. Little cookie
Um,
sheets.
So yeah, I was pretty
Not the
depressed.
buttons.
Like, let's go.
Damn.
But I think I'm not being as sad anymore.
You won't forget about them, but it'll get a lot easier once you get a new group of kids. Unless you hate your new group of kids. Which
Well, I
is-
hope I don't hate them.
Yeah, which is
I don't think that I
unlikely.
will.
Yeah.
I just think that this last group, like I even like wrote like a note to the parents and stuff. I would just said that I feel like in all my years of teaching, for some reason, like the connection that I made with the kids and the parents was like something that like I've never experienced.
That's good.
Wow.
So yeah,
Some moving shit.
I saw they were giving you like during the last weeks of school. They were giving you all sorts of gifts.
yeah, they showed out. I can really say that they really showed love, but it was kind of like a mutual thing. Like I did
Oh,
things
yeah,
for
I mean,
them. So yeah,
I'm sure they appreciated you teaching their young-minded little
Mhm.
children.
You're around them more
Actually,
than
one
they
of the
are.
moms gave me this necklace that I'm wearing.
Damn.
Nice.
It has a K on it. So yeah.
What's the case? then?
This is so this is my new. Not gonna
Damn.
take it off.
Jewelry. What else did you get?
I got a lot. I got other jewelry. I don't have the other bracelet on right now, but I got a
Damn.
bracelet. Lots of gift cards.
Starbucks.
No.
Wow.
Like
Missed it.
Target, Amazon. They gave
I
me.
feel like that's when it's
Stuff
like,
for, like,
great
school
to be a
supplies.
teacher and shit like
yeah.
that.
They gave me. Have you guys ever been to Kabuki?
Mm-mm.
It's like a sushi restaurant in Orlando.
I don't like sushi.
They gave me a $350 gift card
Oh my
to a
God.
sushi restaurant.
Do
I
they
was
own
like-
it?
No, but I'm like, how on earth am I eat that much sushi? Like, I went, and it's not like it's too expensive.
right.
They definitely got drunk.
I remember this conversation we had now. When are we going on our sushi date?
Oh yeah, we did have this conversation.
I remember she
I
said
did
that. I was
say
like,
I was gonna.
I was like, they
You're
gave
like,
you
"You're
what?
gonna take me
I was like, they gave you how much?
Yeah.
That is
They were
wild.
definitely drunk, like off a bottle of red wine to themselves, and were like,
Fuck
"You
it.
know what we should do?
We should get her a gift card.
So and so's teacher. We should."
It probably meant like $35. I put it a zero at the end. Like, fuck.
How was my bill? 800 or whatever.
She was like, "Well, I figured you could go multiple times." I was like, "You think?" Definitely could go
It's like
multiple
4 times.
Fuck that. Let's cash out first time.
Well, I already used
That's
one
a
of
whole
them.
lot of sushi.
I used one of them already.
Oh, so it
went
was like
without me.
separate cards.
I did. I went with my
How
mom.
many cards? I mean, can you
Okay.
put that much money on?
I got
gift card?
It was a $200 gift card and then a $150 gift card.
I think you can put as much as you want, up to like $500 on a gift card.
I
So
don't know
not
how
as
they
much
do
as
it.
you want.
But it's a really
There you
great
go.
place. So you guys should try it if you like sushi. It's really good. No, okay.
Not a
Not for
big.
me.
sushi
That doesn't
person.
surprise me, Eric.
I'm not a big seafood guy. I don't really like. Seafood
I like
at all,
seafood.
so-
I don't love sushi. I like it. It's not my go-to.
My thing with sushi is I do fuck with sushi, but I will be starving an hour after I eat sushi. Like it is very filling. Like all the rice
the
hits my
moment-
stomach.
in the
The
moment.
same time, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you do get
I get bloated a little bit, but then an hour later, I'm like, I have not eaten.
What do they
today.
call that? Rice paper. That stuff's pretty. That's
Yeah.
a unique invention.
Yeah, the
Is
little
that what
sushi
they
rolls.
wrap it around, like wrap it in? or-
There's no. That's I don't know what that is. But there's this thing called
seaweed
rice
and
paper
rice.
that's like white that you wrap it in. That people sometimes do. Like you can buy rice paper at a store.
And you eat it like that?
You eat it. It's
You
pretty
eat it.
cool.
It's made out of rice.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Never tried it.
Pretty
The
cool.
world is full of amazing little things, like rice paper.
Not necessarily my last week, but going off of what you just said about the gift cards, I had a lady we did a tile job for write me like a little card and give us a note. We've been done with this job for like a couple weeks now, so randomly came by the office and gave my dad a card to give to me, and I opened it, reading. She was like, "Thank you so much for watching over our dog the whole time you and the crew were at our house." And I was like, "Yeah, I walked the little guy like twice. It was a cute little dog. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Twice in a week.
No, I like because I mean they would let it out, but I would legit put him on a leash and like walked him on my lunch, like when I was taking lunch, because I was like,
Little
it's a little guy.
He just wanted. Jacob
Go
just
for a
wanted some
walk.
company.
Well, I just I felt bad for it. I was like, oh, you're locked inside with us, like that sucks. I don't want to be here. I know you don't want to. But
I'm sure that's the most interesting thing he's ever seen.
Yeah, he saw a bathroom get fully remodeled.
Yeah.
He was walking through the
Had no
dust.
idea
I'm
what
like,
was
hey,
supposed to
hey,
be
Like
you
that's
gotta be
pretty.
in here.
If you're a dog, like
It's a whole
Put
new
yourself
walking
in
area.
the-
you
for
see
him.
another dog, like bro, you are not gonna believe what I just saw.
Yep. No, but then I found out too, like, because you had to like watch him because he was a little dog. He apparently would like attack the bigger dogs in the neighborhood. And I see one lady walking a Doberman.
What kind of dog was it?
Like it was a mix. It was a mutt of like
Small dogs are always mean.
It wasn't mean though. It was cute. It was a cute little dog. But I don't know what the fuck it was. It had like 3 different.
Like a Shih Tzu, Pomeranian?
Nah, it was. It had a little bit of Pomeranian in it, a little bit of Yorkie, and like something
Yorkies.
else.
Tiny dogs.
Yeah, it was like 2 tiny dogs, but then like a medium-sized dog in somehow in there. And
Like
I'm
a
A
lab.
beagle? Maybe a
Mm.
beagle?
No, it was like
Are those medium
stuff.
sized?
it was definitely a mutt.
I don't
But either
really
way,
know.
lady
I
gave
feel
me
like
a
they're kind of medium.
That was
$100
really
gift card.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I was like, oh,
that was really nice of her.
I was like, appreciate you.
That was sweet. Are you
Didn't get
gonna
to
send,
see
like, a
her to
thank you
say
card
thank
back?
you, but I was like,
No, just
Oh yeah.
call it.
I mean, I
Did
could.
your dad pocket
Thanks
the
for
money?
Card.
No, I kept the gift card.
Where's it
He
to?
didn't open it. That's the thing. Huh?
Where's it to?
It's like one of the little $100 visas.
Oh, I love when people give me those.
Could spend it wherever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got one of those.
I totally forgot about
I
it
bet.
until just now. So got to.
Yeah, you just reminded me that I have one. Been
See?
having
So
yours,
what they're
it's
saying is
perfect.
dinner's on them.
I don't have one.
only at the sushi place.
Oh yeah, I actually have that in mind. We could go.
There goes.
They open at like 5, which is really weird. They only open from like 5
What time
to
is it
10.
right now? Is it
6:40.
Oh, that's
I
their,
have like
that's
no
their dinner
concept
rush.
of time right now, honestly. I
Bro,
could have thought
yesterday
it was like maybe like 4 o'clock. I know it wasn't 4 because that's what time I got here, but like it feels like it was
did not
maybe
get
like
here at
8
4.
o'clock.
By the way,
What time did I get here?
Like
At like
5
5.
something.
Yeah.
See?
5:30,
There we go.
5:30.
My
That's
point
okay,
exactly.
I got here
Like
at 4.
I have like this whole weekend, my time has just been like
yesterday was so
not there.
bad for me. I like started my day, like not my day, but like went out to do something at like 4, and then I didn't look at my phone for the time for I don't know how long. Like things were just happening. I looked down at one point because somebody asked the time. It was like 12:30 at night, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like it shook me.
Oh,
I was expecting like 8:30, 9:30.
Bro,
We were
time
having a
isn't real
ball.
anyway, so there you go.
it feels real sometimes. I've
Time-
been exhausted.
Time is definitely real.
Nope, it's just a made up concept.
Well,
All
it's-
things are made up. It doesn't make them less real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
it does.
less freaking kicking my ass lately.
Time.
Time, physical time has just been kicking my
father
ass.
time.
Why?
Putting the fucking
Because I feel like I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, trying to better myself in my future.
Hey,
So I've been
getting
putting a
better is
lot of
tiring.
extra work into things I've already worked hard on. I've been working even harder
like
at
what,
them.
Jacob?
You've always been a really hard worker.
That is true.
Yeah, but now it's like, fuck.
Double time.
I've been trying to elevate that. So This past week, besides the podcast going on, I've been working a lot on my Amazon business, and then just regular work, doing tile. I've been working in this new construction house. So what that means is there's no doors, there's no electric, there's no AC.
How do you get in?
There's no doors. Come on. What do you mean? How do you get in? There's no door open. Like, there's the cutout for the doors, but there's no doors in the house.
So you just walk
There's no
through.
doors.
Oh.
Yeah, you just walk straight
It's
through
just a
the bitch.
doorway.
Oh,
I
you
just
said no doors. I was like,
Yeah. You're like, how do you get in this box?
You
Is
just gotta
this-
push one
is
of
this
the
a riddle?
bricks and it fucking.
But it just means it's freaking a sauna in there. Because all it is drywall. And I mean, they did put in windows, so it's like they tried to, and not all the windows open. So it's like they tried to block you into dying.
Yeah, and
So-
there's 40
that was the attempt.
Yeah, there's 6 bathrooms in this fucking
Why are
house.
you building a death trap?
I didn't build it. We're just working in it. But there's 6 bathrooms in there, and we've been doing the 3 that are upstairs on the second floor. So heat rises
Hot.
as well. So yeah, lost some weight. Not even trying to
Me
lose
too.
weight.
Maybe I need to come work a little bit.
Just gonna sit there.
Yeah.
The workers are just moving around you. Could you like?
No,
No.
it's a big enough house where you could just literally stand in the living room somewhere.
Like, there's
Should be
stairs.
no one's
Out of the
way.
way.
Yeah, there's stairs.
Went up
Out
the
of the
stairs a
way.
couple times.
Yeah, that's what I have to do.
Come with beats.
It's 20 steps. It's 20 steps from the
You
first floor.
counted?
Yes.
Okay.
You start counting when you're carrying heavy shit. You're like, what?
How many
2.
steps is this?
And I've had to, so all the floor mud and thin set we've had to make it downstairs, and then I got to carry it upstairs. So that's like, they're 50-pound bags, but you're mixing it with water, so it becomes,
There's just
like
no way I could
60
do hard
to 70
labor.
pound bucket, and then you got to carry
That's
the
right.
bucket up the stairs.
Sounds like
It's a workout. It's a
miserable
workout
time.
within my workouts.
Double time.
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta put in extra work.
Yeah.
I have been, but then I've been trying to go to the gym early in the morning so that I have time after work to work on Amazon and or the podcast, and I'm just
I asked
fucking
Jacob to go to
tired.
the gym with me in the morning. He told me no.
Well, now you know why.
I didn't. I'll be tired all
He's
the
like,
time.
it's too early. I'm like, okay, well.
Did you go
But
last
now,
week?
but
I mean, I go at the time that she was wanting to go. It's just not always.
just not with Kristen.
He actually
going.
ignores
She
her.
literally
With
asked
you.
me.
I went,
She asked me
but
one time. She asked me one time. Oh, do you
no,
want
I
to?
told him I was like, I want to go to the gym with you, and he was like, well, it has to be in the afternoon. It's too early in the morning. I'm like, okay, so then afternoon it is.
You
Now I'm
going
finding
anyway,
out that
huh?
you're going in the morning.
Joke's on you.
Maybe I'll go twice.
He's just hiding from you.
Trying to-
And that's
Literally.
what it sounds like.
See Kristen call me like fuck. No, but she literally only asked me once, and
I did
We
not
did-
ask
yes,
you
you did.
once.
we tried to set it up one time. That was all.
Yes.
You were like, "Are we gonna go to the gym in the morning or in the afternoon?" I was like, "Let's go in the afternoon." And I called you, and you're like, "I'll call you when I get off work."
I don't remember that.
And it was like 20 minutes till you got off work. And I
Oh,
was
and then I never
like,
called
you
you
literally
back.
were like, "Oh, I'll meet you." You're like, "Oh, I'll meet you at."
Oh, yeah,
You're like,
that
"It'll be
time.
easier. I'll just meet you at the gym. That way, I could stretch and change and all that." And I was like,
Yeah, I
"All right,
remember that
bet."
conversation.
Yeah, you didn't go. So what the fuck am I the bad guy? Like,
I mean, I did say that I prefer the morning, so finding out now that you're going in the mornings is a little upsetting.
I could start going in the morning.
Well,
Gone like 2 or 3 times in the morning.
Seems like
Yeah.
everybody is out there working really hard.
that is true, bro. We're just out here grinding, trying to get it, trying to level up.
What's your
Climb the ladder of success.
what's your next big goal, guys? What are you guys working towards, or is it just like work for
Just to kill myself faster.
just straight cash,
There's
homie?
no end game. I'm just doing this because I have to.
Just straight cash, homie.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, that's where I'm at. I just want to
Yep.
have more money. So
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm working more for like an end goal, or not necessarily an end goal, but like for instance, lately I've been putting in a lot of extra work. I feel just to get a couple of things we had been talking about for a long time finally done. You know, like when it comes to the podcast, we have a business account for it, so had to get all that set up, all the paperwork, going to the bank, stuff like that. And that was one thing we needed to get done. Got it done, kinda,
still waiting on one person.
almost.
Not gonna name any names,
He's not sitting right here or anything.
or is he?
Anyways, so yeah, that's one of the goals, trying to get that handled that way for the next coming months, like when we're doing more stuff, or if we're doing like events or anything we're doing, honestly, just so that we could have that set up already. So that was like the groundwork we had to put in.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I feel like there's like obviously there's an end game, but like right now my immediate goal is to just like make more money. That's it. So then I can help.
That's your short-term goal.
Yeah, just fun. So then I can funnel that money into
Other
the
things.
long-term thing. So
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's smart.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you know, making steps to do that or taking steps to do that, and you know, hopefully by the end of the year, I reach the goal that I set for myself at the beginning of the year, and then we'll go from there.
That's good.
That's the plan.
And if you don't get discouraged. Just try again.
I'm gonna punch him straight in his
Thanks,
face
Kristen.
Well, that turned violent.
if he doesn't reach his goals.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times people make goals for themselves and like you don't hit it. It's like, oh, well, I failed and now I'm gonna
Yep. You just
kinda like give up. Not
Yeah.
necessarily give up, but you gotta get
Yeah, I
down
mean,
because
yeah,
you
like,
feel
I
like you
mean,
didn't
yeah.
live up to what you were supposed
like
to
you
live up
said,
to.
like,
But
people get discouraged and
Yeah.
shit.
If at
but-
first you don't succeed,
but like,
Try
try.
again.
yeah, like the way I see goals though are more like just kind of like like a benchmark in a sense, and like, you know, depending on if I hit that goal in the time frame that I set, then that's not, I don't like, there might be a little like discouragement there, but it's more like of a, all right, well, how far along am I? Did I surpass that? How close am I? And it's kind of
Yeah.
more of like a reevaluation phase for me.
plus if you don't have,
Because, like, the goals stay the same. Like, my long-term goals stay the same. It's just the steps and the process of getting to that might have to change. Sorry to cut you off.
I was gonna say, if you just don't have a time frame, then
Yeah.
your goals also can't fail.
Yeah, that too.
true.
But, I mean,
I like to go off that tweet though that I quoted a long time ago from Elon Musk. Like, if you have a plan or like you have goals and you're like, for example, this is my
Yeah.
10-year goal, try to accomplish it within 6 months. Like if you're like in your head like, oh, I got this goal, but it's gonna take me 10 years.
yeah,
He says
but,
try to accomplish it in 6 months. Most likely you're not gonna accomplish it, but you're gonna be farther in those 6 months.
You're really pushing for something.
Correct.
Yeah.
I get
Like,
what he's saying.
yeah, you're actually gonna like give the effort to it
Yeah.
instead of
Mhm.
putting it off, putting it off, putting
you
it off,
also
putting
need
it
to
off.
be
Thinking that you have
adaptable.
time.
You can't.
Correct. You can't. Yeah.
I rewatched a movie this week. Have you guys ever seen the movie Parasite?
no.
South Korean film. I believe it won Best Picture at the Oscars a couple of years ago. It's completely, I don't know what they call it, but it's for South Korean film with English subtitles. And one of the best lines of the movie is like, the best plan is to have no plan at all. That way it can't go wrong.
How is it said in Korean? I'm just fucking with you, going.
I really like that quote. I just think have a goal, but like if your plan doesn't go the way you want, like,
Yeah.
I like that.
adapt, move on. Like you can't just
Correct.
Yeah.
be
I
like,
feel
this is how it's all gonna be, and then when
Yeah.
that doesn't happen, just
people get fucking
Yeah.
crushed because they want it to go perfectly. And
I feel like that's how I used to be.
bro,
Like, get crushed.
if
because,
it doesn't go exactly. But, like, I feel like as you get older, you realize, like,
It's- life
nothing in
doesn't work
life
like
is
that,
going to go,
yeah.
like, if something goes according to plan, it's more of a surprise.
It's natural.
That's a
though.
miracle.
Yeah,
That's psychology.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
It's
like,
natural though, because you'll have daily plans, you'll have daily goals. I need to get this
Yeah.
done today, and then something pop up, and you'll be like, "Fuck, man! Like
Yeah.
I really didn't need this to happen today."
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, it's easy to be like, "Don't get discouraged," but like in that moment, you're like, "This
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
blows."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like
Now I gotta rearrange some shit. And
Mm-hmm.
that feeling goes or comes. I feel like not every time, but most times as something throws you off, like, you kind of get that feeling, but it's like,
But there's nothing you
If
do.
you adapt.
Yeah, just
yeah,
kinda,
it's like you like once you get older, like those things that might have discouraged you when you were like 18, 19, 20 years old, it's just like, well, I've just been dealing with this for so long now. It's just a normal thing
Yeah.
now that you're, just kind of callous to it.
also, I feel like when you're like 18, 19, 20 years old, like but when you're first like setting goals for yourself and they don't work out, it's like really the first time that you've planned something out
Yeah.
and it hasn't worked. Like
Yeah.
everything else is kind of not like been set by other people, but like your like goals, you typically, not for everybody obviously, but typically it's like, I'm gonna graduate high school,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna go to college, and like those are your goals. And then once you get out of that, I feel like, all right, I gotta start making some stuff for myself. I
Yeah.
gotta start making things happen. And then when
Yeah.
that fails, like it's very disheartening for certain people. But then once you're like 25, 26, you've seen enough things not
Yeah.
go right in your life where you're like,
All right.
It's not
it's
as
not the end of the
bad.
world.
Like we'll live.
Sucks.
We'll move forward.
You look around like, this is not that bad. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna get past this.
Yeah.
And then like bad shit does happen. You're like, fuck.
It's always something. But we're going to get
It is.
over
That's
that
part.
something.
That's a part of life. Always something coming up.
Always something.
But what could you say? Do you factor something in? Like, what motivates you to like try to push or reach your goals? So like, you're self motivating yourself. Is there something you're truly like working towards that you're like, oh, this is why I'm working towards that?
I would say, like, my future family, my kids. Like, I don't want my kids to have to worry about anything. So I feel like reaching my goals and getting to where I need to be is for myself, but also for my future kids that I do not have. If that makes any sense.
Interesting.
Do you think that's possible?
What do you mean?
Do you think it's fully possible to like have your kids not worry about things?
No, but I don't want my kids to worry about anything that I've worried about growing up. So I feel
Do you
like
think that's possible?
yes. I think you can guide your children to not have the same, I wouldn't even say like mistakes, but life that you had. Like,
I think you want a better life for your kids. I think that's everybody's goal. But I think there's certain things where like watching Will Smith on Dave Letterman, he was like he was so obsessed with like making sure he had the perfect marriage and had his kids were perfectly healthy and like they had this perfect life. And
yeah, but I'm not shooting for perfect.
Right.
I wouldn't say like they're gonna have a perfect life and they're gonna have this. It's more of just, I know that there's certain things that I can prevent.
Right.
And I would like to, like, that's what motivates me, is to have something that I didn't have.
Yeah.
And that might not work out that way.
Yeah, something
it might
just
not,
not in our
but
control.
that's still going to be my motivation.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that motivates you. I've thought about that before, but I wouldn't say like that's what motivates me. I've just thought about
do
like.
you picture your family? Like, do you sit around?
No, I can't see it. Like, I can't like picture.
Either.
Because I've always said, and for instance, this is me. Everybody's different, of course. But like growing up, I always had a feeling like I hadn't, like in high school and like in school, you know, people like picture themselves with somebody like, oh, we're gonna be together forever. Like in school, I already knew like I do not see myself marrying any of these people. Like I'm going to marry someone that I meet in the future, and I'll go off and live happily ever after. Like I couldn't picture something with anyone I knew because I just always thought like I'm not meant for this. Like I'm not saying these people were bad. I just thought
It's not for you.
yeah, I'm meant for something different. So
But I'm saying like you meet people now. Do you just,
I do. And sometimes
but even when you're by yourself, like you don't think like what are my kids gonna look like? Like what?
Oh no, I pictured that. Well, I mean, if I'm basing it off of my family, for instance, I have very strong family genes. Like yesterday, for example, I was at my cousin Jordan's wedding. All of the Venus side was there.
Jordan, he got married.
Yeah, Jordan got married yesterday.
Good for him.
You didn't see the picture of my?
I didn't. I saw
just
the
like
picture,
a
but I didn't
redneck?
know what it was for. I just
That's
thought,
what it was for.
You're just some.
I
I
was
saw a bride. And,
Yeah, but so yeah, I was at his wedding and the whole family was there basically, and like you could just tell, like, yep, those are their kids, those are their kids. Like you could tell, like we have very strong family traits. So if I do, you know, for instance, picture my kids, I'll look at like a baby photo of myself or like one of my siblings and be like, it's probably what my kids are gonna look like, because I look pretty. I mean, according to everyone, I look damn near identical to my father.
You do.
So I'm guessing they're gonna look somewhat like me.
Yeah.
And they're welcome.
They're welcome.
Oh shit.
Eric.
Wow. I mean, I've thought about it, I guess, but like,
Or do you just have something that motivates you?
oh, motivates me. I mean, yeah, just
Doesn't
living
have
the
to be
life that I
family.
want to live, like just being comfortable, and then being able to make the people around me comfortable, and that's it. I mean, I don't know.
It's your daily motivation.
Yeah, man, I feel like I'm like inching closer towards it, and I feel like I'm starting to see like a light at the end of the tunnel for it. So like, it's definitely like, I want to say like the past like 2 months, 3 months, I've definitely been like super like locked in and super focused on what I feel like is gonna get me to that right now. So I don't know. I've had to, you know, cut certain people off and, you know, make less time for certain people, and, you know, it rubs people the wrong way sometimes, but it's like, listen, it's nothing against you. It's just I feel like right now we're not contributing to each other, like moving forward, and that's where my mindset is right now. Like that's all I want to do. Like I just want to get to that next level, so then I can kind of sit back and then, all right, what's the next step from here? But like kind of catch my breath a little bit. So I'm just kind of
because you don't want to burn yourself out. But like I would say in the last 2 months you've definitely been pushing not pushing the boundaries, but like you've been pushing your goals.
I feel like I picked up the pace a little bit. Like, cause I feel like I was finding my stride and I had it, and it's like, all right, like I know what I'm doing now. Like I know what I need to do. Like now let's just pick up the tempo a little bit and just kind of make shit go a little quicker, get into a better rhythm and make shit happen faster than expected. And whether that's like I said, like a yearly goal or like something that I had planned, like okay, I want to accomplish this in 6 months. Now that's cut down to like, all right, bet I can get this in 3 months right now. Like, so I just picked up the pace a little bit. But that's to your point. Like I know myself, I'm not going to be able to sustain that for.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to say.
That's why, I feel like I've gotten to the point where I find time within those like moments of like I'm going, like whether it's a day or two to really like take it, just relax, sleep, fucking. Take the day at the pace that I like to move, because I'm a chill dude. I like to just let life come to me and shit like that. So
yeah, I could play both sides. Like, I mean, if you haven't watched the podcast enough to know much about me, I'm pretty much like Eric. We're pretty relaxed people.
Go with the flow type shit.
It's gonna take a lot to get me out of character or something like that. Mm-hmm. But lately, I have been just trying to work extra hard or push myself even harder, because like I'm trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, but it is annoying. I'm just like, fuck. And I'm not saying it's like I'm struggling with it, but there is certain things I know about myself. Like if I do this for too long, I mean, Eric knows, Dennis knows, Jordan knows, like they'll see I get like
crabby.
Like I'll be like
crabby.
I'll be irritable. Like I'll be unlike my normal happy-go-jolly self. Like
last weekend.
Yeah,
you can just see it on my face. Like I'm just like, fuck.
He needed a nap.
Yeah, I'm just overly exhausted. I just can't. I can't like do it anymore because I've already pushed myself so hard that I'm like burnt out, and I got to get to a point where I push myself, hard of course, but I get like that day or two to just relax.
Yeah.
Finding that balance.
I'm trying to get to that. That's why I got to get out of this new construction house. It's like, we got to get out of there.
Yeah.
I hate it. And we're not going to get out of there for another like 2 weeks probably, if not longer.
That'll go by.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So time's not going to fly. Time's going to crawl.
I mean, it's been going pretty fast. Like we've been doing the 3 bathrooms pretty fast. It's just been me and one other guy have done the 3 bathrooms upstairs, and it's been going fast.
Even if it sucks, like as long as you are busy, as long as you're just constantly moving, time does seem to go.
It's going relatively okay, but you don't understand. Like you think we're bad in the steam room. Boy, I'm talking. I am drenched in this house, like working, and I'll like look or like turn real quick, be like, "Oh, where's my tape measure?" And I'll just see the beads of sweat hit the floor, and I'm like, "Damn!" And then I just grab it and go
that's
on.
How I sweat like that.
I mean, I sweat like that, but in there is just there's no escaping it. There's no like. Sometimes rare, like if we stand close to a window, you can catch a breeze, but
stick your head out like a dog.
But then it's like it's just been so hot, or the days where it's been raining, I'm like, I like it, but at the same time, then it gets muggy as shit inside that, and I'm like, I can't win.
That humidity
I just can't win.
Damn, shit.
It's been rough.
All that good stuff. It has kind of been raining this week too, a little bit. Fuck. You're so quiet this time. You haven't talked that much. Usually talk a little bit more. What's on your mind over there?
She's waiting.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. I was actually looking at my pedicure, so I kind of got distracted.
Wow.
Did they do a good job? I guess they did.
Yeah, they did actually. I went to a new
your
place.
nails and your toes the same?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
French tip.
Yeah.
How often do you go and get your nails done?
I think it just depends on how fast like my nails grow that time. It's like it's been like 3 weeks, so I got them done today. And
so your nails are natural?
No, this is tip, but I usually get them like longer, but I think I'm like transitioning out of that phase of my life. I want them like short.
Less ratchet, huh?
Yeah, less ratchet.
And not to say girls with long nails are ratchet, all right? Because
No, I just think I hate when like
you can't do.
parents. I can't do stuff, and parents will be like, I don't know. They're like, I love your nails, and it's like sometimes I don't know if they like
being
actually like them or
sarcastic or
yeah,
not.
they're like those are really long.
Subtle jab.
So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like stop all of it, and I'm just gonna get something a little bit more like my
Keep it
speed, professional. Yeah. So I went with this. I actually really like them.
Fair enough.
Don't mean to like talk about my nails and my toes
Oh,
and divert from.
Did you guys ever get a? Would you guys ever get a
I've gotten a pedicure.
manicure or pedicure?
Manicure probably. I've gotten one before, but I probably wouldn't get it. I would get pedicures more regularly.
I think
Yeah.
if guys get manicures, can I see your hand?
It's like
You should maybe that one. I feel like if guys get manicures, I personally feel as though it should be without any like glossy polish.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Why do you need to have nail polish if you get a
This, I mean, I've seen guys get manicures and they have like the glossy finish,
I mean,
clear-
dudes are
like the
painting-
clear coat, the clear
dudes,
coat.
dudes are painting their nails now. I mean,
Yeah, that's like the style now.
Yeah, that's normal. I mean, I probably wouldn't.
I
do
think
it,
it's a
but
little like
I wouldn't do it.
I
it's
feel
for
like those
you.
are those-
It's
it's for
whatever,
you.
but like
I mean, to each its own
Yeah,
type of thing. Like
yeah,
everyone
but
has their own.
Not really my style.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like just a new accent. Like
Yeah.
like sometimes it's
For the
Personally,
aesthetics.
I couldn't
The
get
aesthetics.
with it. but-
sometimes it's belts, sometimes it's hats, and now guys have moved
Boom.
on to doing their
And
nails.
the old digits. Good old fingernails. Yeah,
What's his
man.
name does that?
Jacob wants yellow.
John Morant does that.
Does he?
I think John Morant paints his nails.
You paint your nails, Jacob?
I said he wants yellow, and he's like, "What?
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare I say something like
I just
that?"
I heard something yellow. I was like, what? I thought you meant like I
I
had
mean-
yellow or something.
No, I meant like you wanted
Bro, if you
yellow
paint your
nails.
nails, I would never judge you.
Um,
I'll still be your
It was
friend.
just, it was just a joke.
I wouldn't-
Kristen sounds like she's judging, but
I wasn't judging. I would never judge you.
she said she wouldn't be with it.
I would not be with it.
so
I
you're
would
judging.
Not judge you.
Quote-
I
and
would
I
not
quote,
judge you,
I would not.
but I
be
would
with
not
it.
be with it.
Oh shit! But yeah, I mean, you're right. It's just an aesthetic now, like just something extra.
Just how the way to stand out for people, man.
Until everyone does it.
And then it's on to the new, like
Yeah, it's on to
dyeing
the
their
new
hair
thing.
became really popular, and like,
On
That's
to
why
the new
face
thing.
tattoos were popular for a while.
and then they weren't like everyone had them, so it's
Yeah,
not
no,
the
fuck
cool
all
thing
that.
anymore.
I would never.
What's the next thing? Let's get on that wave.
Dyeing your eyebrows a different color.
Oh my god.
Genius.
Your eyebrows. Let's do it.
Delete this.
You see next week, blue.
Oh my god.
Be like,
Hey.
you
That would
look
be
so
funny.
fucking funny. Bro, that'd be hilarious.
I've thought about. I've told you guys this. I thought about dyeing my hair,
What color?
like platinum white,
Boom.
like on the
Bleach
top,
it. Keeping the roots.
keeping the
Huh.
roots dark, and then just dyeing.
Do it.
So kind of like a.
Do it.
I feel like I've seen that before,
Do
like
it.
It's very-
Backstreet Boys in sync type of thing,
Do
like
it.
spikes.
No, like more current than that.
Oh, okay.
He would have a current hairstyle.
You ever seen
just
like Zayn
with
Malik's hair?
Zayn Malik from
No.
One Direction. Even though they
Zayn
broke up.
Malik. Yeah, okay, I know who that is, but no, I can't.
He has
I'm
like
not-
blonde, but you see the black stick out.
Yeah, let's see if we can find a.
I was gonna say I might need to
picture.
see a pic.
Other people have done it. He's not the only one that's done this hair. He's just the most popular, I would assume.
Here we go. Like this? Is this what you're talking about? Like that? Something like that?
Not spiked like that
Not
though.
spiked,
Oh,
but
okay.
Like that type of
Okay.
like, dyeing it.
That's not as extreme as I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Take it all the way. No,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could
It's just
ever dye
having a
my
beard
hair.
and doing it. Like
Yeah.
where do you stop?
Well, that's when you fucking get this shit faded up and.
Yeah, I still think it would look nice.
I'm not touching
your
the color.
hairstyle
in
would be
this.
Yeah.
fine because you could.
Yeah,
see
I think it
what-
would look if if
Yeah.
this was just blonde. I think
Yeah.
it would work.
Yeah, you got the hairstyle to do it. Like you said, it's modern hairstyle.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Fucking
not as dramatic as I was
futuristic
thinking
hair
in my
color.
head.
And
like,
it's not
that's nice.
it's not bleached. I don't think because you can't bleach the roots.
That's
I don't know,
definitely.
I've
I think
never-
that's bleached.
Oh,
I don't
He-
know.
he has-
Any type
I don't
of
think I
blonde,
could-
he has
like,
more
you have
money than
to-
me.
I
so.
can't. I don't know if I could ever bring myself to like dye my hair.
It's just
I
hair.
used to think that.
I would dye it, but like
Now
a
I'm
color.
blonde.
It's just
I feel
hair.
like
It grows back.
Yeah, but it
dye it,
damages
like,
your hair
blue
and
or
shit.
purple
Like
So
that.
cut it off.
Yeah, but like, my hair's not damaged.
Fair enough.
The way that Eric just looked at my hair, I'm like, is it?
She was like, "Oh my
I'm
god."
like, wait a second.
covers
Does it look-
covers
Says who?
That was his face. Was literally like,
it looks
I don't know who lied to you, sis.
It's just funny because Eric has such fucking long curly hair, so it's like,
I don't do anything to it either. I just wash it and
But that's not bad.
I put leave-in conditioner and that's it.
Have
I
you
don't
ever?
wanna do
Did you
anything
guys
else
watch
because I don't
Lizzie
wanna fuck it
McGuire
up.
as a kid?
I love Lizzie McGuire.
Once a week, twice a week.
The Lizzie McGuire thing when the kid had the nice cool hair and the parents were like, "How did you get your hair like that?" And he's like, "You know, on the shampoo bottle where it says lather, rinse,
yeah.
repeat. I never repeat."
These mom's like, what? Bro, I saw a picture of fucking Hillary Duff recently. She's
It's
looking good.
edited. I know which picture you're talking
Yeah.
about. The one that
Is
went
it?
viral. Yeah.
Oh
her, like,
my
standing
God,
in
it
the
got
mall.
me.
Now she does look
Yeah, no, she
phenomenal,
still looks good,
but that's not
that
not
ass
real.
is not real, I guess.
out of this world, huh?
She's so like
She aged
so attractive.
Yeah, she aged phenomenally. She
Yeah.
really did.
She
Good for her.
very rare for the white
The Caucasian.
I was gonna say it, but I was like, I don't want to.
because white people age like milk. Like it's you like we're just like kid stars like the
Oh, yeah, we
the
just
cute
talked-
kid stars usually are not
Yeah,
the
but
most
they usually
attractive
go
adults.
through like drugs and alcohol and fuck themselves.
That might
up
have
at,
more to
like,
do with it than anything.
16, 17 years
She
old.
just like she was like when I was 8, I thought she was attractive, and I'm in my mid 20s,
She's
late
just been
20s, and she's
attractive
still
her whole
attractive.
life Since
Yeah.
we've seen her.
Wow, we're
I
in
mean,
our late
how much
20s
older
now.
she is
Crazy.
than us.
She's only I looked it up. She's only like 32, 33. She's not that much older than us.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you get
Going
older and
up.
you realize that these Disney stars at the time were not that much older than
No.
we were.
And then they were doing drugs and shit. And then went off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
I feel like our generation of kid stars did not.
I mean,
I
Miley
don't know,
Cyrus,
I mean-
but
Did she go off the rails? I mean, she went off the rails, but she didn't do.
Amanda Bynes.
Fucking Selena Gomez, Amanda
She's-
Bynes.
she's older than
She
us.
fucking
She's a little
went
bit
up.
older.
She is
Yeah, but
way
that's
Bynes
older.
a
something we
little
grew up on,
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
I was taking more of like the Selena Gomez's.
Selena Gomez.
I mean-
oh,
Selena
fucking-
Gomez.
Oh, Demi
Demi
Lovato.
Lovato.
yeah,
Lovato, Miley
Demi
Cyrus.
Lovato, Camp Rock. She fucking
Demi
took
Lovato
that
went
role
the
to heart.
hardest. She went the furthest.
She went balls to the wall.
She did.
That documentary is crazy.
That
I
hair
saw
on.
that. Wasn't it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet.
She had
Bro, that's fucking wild.
2 strokes, or something.
Seriously?
2-6.
Yeah.
Some
feel
some
like
crazy
Eric's
number of, and then she like died for 12 minutes and like
She's
Came
brought back a
up.
I
couple
did not
times.
know that.
the documentary
Get
you
the
see
defibrillator out.
you
And
see
th-
her
and then
doing
they were-
heroin in the documentary. Like it's wild.
Might have to go watch that.
There you go. From that
She's
to
in
And
it.
then,
Like she makes it out of that. Like
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
fine. But
Barely.
Damn, yeah, she fucking.
she was like joking about it at some
she went
point.
fucking
Yeah,
wild.
and then she went kind of, I don't know.
So
she's-
there you go.
she's
Yeah,
something
we had our fair share of.
Yeah, I guess I'm
stars
just dead wrong.
Fucking gone wrong.
It wasn't that many. I feel like we've only named like 4 that was like
Yeah,
kind of
but that was
extreme.
just off
Hillary
the top
Duff
of the
just
head.
stayed on the straight and narrow.
That was just off the top of the head.
Well, there was that one thing.
Yeah,
about
we don't talk about that.
her. He's like her looks that way.
We don't talk about that.
So
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
you ever
Go
see?
ahead, Jacob,
You ever
talk
seen
about
How I
it.
Met Your Mother?
You're talking about what?
You ever? This is completely random.
You're
but have
not
you ever
bringing
seen,
up talk. You're not bringing up what I'm talking about.
I am, but I'm not bringing it up in that way.
Oh.
Have you ever seen How I Met Your Mother? When Barney does the crazy to hot scale,
Yeah,
she won. She got the hot part, so you eliminate that, huh?
yeah.
I'm talking about Hillary Duff's part when like.
We might as well tell Eric
She
what
had-
we're
I'm
talking
like lost
about.
the shit.
how are
right
you
now.
not there?
I'm lost
She
too.
she was accused and like basically trying to sell her kid.
Sex trafficking with her child.
Oh shit!
She put up a video of her
Damn,
her
Hillary
fridge,
Duff.
and her kid was like
It was-
saran wrapped naked, and like people were like, what was that? And then like they freeze framed it.
the
This is
ad-
a whole like
What
Reddit
the
conspiracy.
The
Fuck.
ad was like pick up the fridge or some shit like.
Yeah, she was like,
Take
"Hey,
the
come
fridge.
take the fridge." Like, and then he was like, she was just going over the fridge, and he just happened to like.
Oh my God, Hillary Duff is a criminal.
Apparently, like the people were like, "This is a Hollywood secret society thing where people sell their kids, and like that's how they become relevant." And like,
Yeah.
and
Oh
she-
my gosh! Wow.
That's what I'm saying. That was to her little one scandal.
How long ago was that?
This was.
couple years, 2 years,
I'd say it's probably longer than that. It's a little. It's been a little bit because it was.
COVID, 2019, 2018.
It was like right around the same time of like the Epstein and all that stuff was kind of
yeah.
coming
People
out.
were like claiming
When,
her to be a
what
part of that.
what website was that was like real into it, like not really into it, but like
Talking about 4chan,
Deadspin?
wrapped into it.
Deadspin? Was it Deadspin?
No,
4chan.
I don't think it was 4chan either.
QAnon?
No, I want to say it was like
Reddit?
No. It was like a place that actually sells stuff and like furniture. I wanted to say Wayfair, but I don't think it was Wayfair. It was.
Yeah, it was Wayfair.
It was like all wrapped
Remember
up in
the
like
Salt Road? What is that?
Wayfair.
The
shit.
Silk Road? You could. It was like the black market internet thing. You could buy like guns and drugs.
I have no
Whoa.
idea.
It was in high
Well,
school.
damn, this is
Wow.
a fucking new to me.
Yeah, that's why I was like Hillary Duff. We don't talk about that, like, because I
Damn.
don't think it's real. Like, because that
You want to hope it's not real.
she seems nice.
Definitely want to hope it's to go
I mean,
off
for the kids'
to
sake.
go off of everything we were just saying.
Not just for Hillary Duff's image.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Just
really want to hope it's not real.
yeah, because your
Damn,
comment
that's
would just
wild.
obliterate itself. She stayed on the straight and narrow. It's like
Yeah, what?
that arrow is crazy.
She's like trying to become a crime lord or some shit.
I'm sorry.
She wasn't
Hillary
doing
Duff. We don't
drugs.
believe
She
this,
was-
Hillary Duff.
She was
Well,
becoming
we
the
still
boss.
think you're fine.
She is fine, but she was trying to fucking run shit, not be ran by shit.
Okay.
Maybe not in the best way.
Are you applauding her?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, she was trying to fucking not do drugs and shit. She was just doing other criminal shit.
Oh, we don't know if she did drugs. Or not. We don't know these people.
I mean, I guess you're
We
right.
don't.
We don't know.
Don't know any
We're
of them.
just over here speculating.
How
That
did
was
we
a
get
long
on
tangent.
this?
That was a
I
long
don't know.
tangent.
We went off. We
Yeah,
went
we did
we
go
went
off.
way far off. Circling back into something we haven't talked about in a while.
This
'Cause
started from me asking you about your nails.
Oh, okay.
if this was from that, holy
I
shit.
don't know how
We need to get back
actually
on topic,
is.
I don't
everybody.
know how we got to this point about
Alrighty.
Quick recap.
and child trafficking, but it
From my
started
nails.
From the nails. So
Alrighty. That
We're
was
back to?
crazy.
Going back to
Going back to it, we're gonna talk about some relationships here.
boom. It's been a while.
But I'm going to throw it off from what you guys have read because I didn't add this. Do you think, this is a question for both of you actually.
Okay.
Do you think in the modern society we're living in that it is easier or harder to date?
Harder.
I feel like it's easier to date. I feel like it's harder to find a real relationship. Easier
Okay.
to date, harder to.
Elaborate.
Okay, I liked that. Okay.
You got to sell your,
Because
you got
I
to sell
like
it, Eric. You got to
there's-
sell it.
Because of apps and the way we connect with people now, it's a lot easier to, hey, you want to meet up and
Yeah,
go get
that's true.
coffee, or you want to go like, and that's, to me, that's dating. When you're in a
Yeah.
relationship with somebody, that's like building connection, this, that, whatever. But I feel like to date, I feel like it's easier. To find a real relationship,
It's harder.
It's harder.
To find the
Because
good
there's so many,
quality
there's
people.
so many options now. It's so easy to just be like, well, I don't like this. Maybe somebody else, and
Sorry.
then
I would
kinda
say.
move on.
I would say it's easier.
To date.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
going out on a limb.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. When people define true love, is what I'm talking about. When people like in our maybe older than our parents, like it was kind of like you got married at maybe grandparents' age, like
Yeah.
you got married at like 19.
Yeah.
If not before. Like
Like it was kind of agreed, like you're gonna marry him when you guys go off to college, or like you just had a boyfriend in high school, and like
That was it.
That's who you got married to.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents' age, they got out and lived a little bit more than that, and they didn't have that kind of. They got to explore a little bit, find out who they wanted to marry, got married. But most people really got married younger.
yeah, still young.
Yeah.
You know, before the ages of, for instance, both my parents were married at least the first time before they were 20, like 25.
My parents
so.
too.
Because it was always like, it goes in waves. Like it was always like, you gotta get a family structure, get a job. Like that's what you do. I feel like nowadays, like because everything in the world is at your disposal. Like there's no rush to get married. There's no rush to find the one, and your options are way more.
Yeah.
You can, if your true love lives in the middle of Nebraska, like you were never gonna find her in 1968. Like
It's like,
that.
who's from Nebraska?
Like, but nowadays, like.
No.
Nobody.
But nowadays,
Mr.
you're a swipe right or away, or an Instagram friends of a friend, or like this person went to, like that's what I would say that we are in the, maybe easiest isn't the term, but like the best time to.
Definitely not the best time.
He's talking about like the best time to
To
meet somebody like
Oh, okay.
outside of your
find
realm.
true
Okay.
to find like true love, or to find somebody that
Yeah, it's
you want
definitely
to take
easier.
serious.
For
It's
instance,
definitely
going
easier.
off of what I was saying earlier, like I'm the type of person who didn't believe the people we were going to school with or like that I grew up with is someone I was gonna marry.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Like it's easier for someone like me to be like, oh, I see, so and so. Let me connect with them, and then who knows? Maybe they're in a different state. I doubt they'll be in Nebraska, but they'll be in a different state, and I'll be like, oh wow,
never
we
know.
should maybe I'll fly out to that state or
Yeah.
have them fly here.
Oh,
you
I'm
know?
going there. I know so and so's friend is out there. Like
Yeah,
they
definitely
came
easier.
down.
Yeah.
Like
It's definitely easier.
And then
But
yeah,
it's not
you make
easy
those
to find
connections.
good quality people.
I think it's easier to find the one. You got to sift through more bullshit
So then
would
how is that
make it
easier?
because you would have never had access to the one. You would have just settled.
Ooh.
In 1945 or
Put that bitch on a
1965 or
bumper sticker.
1985.
I definitely agree that it's easier to get, like, it's easier to have options. It's easier to be, find all these people, but it's harder to find the one because, yeah, you have all these people to go through. So
I think it's harder to settle down.
So to find the one.
So you think?
No, I think people didn't find the one back in the day. I think if you give people in those times more options, they're not marrying the same people.
I'll be damned. So that's another thing that's hard for me with relationships. Just the terms. It's like settling down, or like when people are like, "Oh, the old ball and chain." I'm like, fuck that shit. Like I've heard this,
The
my
old ball
whole.
and
I just
I've
meant
heard this.
settling as in like
Yeah.
finding a
No,
common
I
place.
get it, but I've
Yeah,
had
but
this
you
issue.
can't look
like,
at it like that. If you look at life,
I don't want to
like
look at it like I'm settling. Is
Yeah.
my thing.
Yeah, but
You're looking at the word settle wrong.
yeah,
That and yes.
you're putting a
but,
negative connotation.
Well,
to
that
it.
and no, I'm just going off of like basically that part, but also what you said, like the people that are around me, or like Kristen said, yeah, you can meet more people, but I might not think they're the one. So I feel like I'd be settling.
How would you? But
if I were to,
but to you, what would make somebody the one? Like, how would you know that?
That's-
I think you. I
I
don't
feel
think
like
you
you-
know
yeah,
love
you might
first sight,
know.
but I think you find out. I think when you've the certain special somebody, maybe not the one, you might have like 10 ones that you're most compatible with, or 1,000 ones in the world. But like you find somebody that you're really compatible with, that you really care about. I think you know.
Yeah.
How many dealings have you had with people that are just whatever, and then like somebody catches your eye, or somebody holds
Yeah,
your attention, or
I mean, you've had that.
somebody
It's
matches
just
your
somebody
personality.
different,
Yeah,
you know?
but I've had that feeling with more than one person though, that they catch my attention.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
But like
That's why I don't know. Like, I feel like I get what you're saying. Like,
multiple people have given me that same feeling of like, damn, like I really like spending time with this person.
so
like,
how is there the one?
Well, I'm saying like going past that stage. Like and then at certain stage it falls apart. Like they're not the one. They don't have. You're not on the same path. You don't have the same
so
life
then
goals.
were they ever the one?
Yeah, that's why I don't think.
No,
there
they're
is
not the one.
I don't
I'm saying,
think there
like-
is a the one. I think that you can.
They're
call
clearly
it-
not the one. Okay, is what he's saying.
I'm saying yes, they are not the one.
But I don't think there is a the one. Is what I'm saying.
You're never gonna get married.
No, I think
No.
that you are, but I
But
don't
that
think
they're
that
the
means
one.
that no, I don't
No,
agree.
I don't
Well,
necessarily.
see, that's the
mean-
fucked up part, because I don't want to be one of these people who gets
But
married
you have
multiple
to.
times.
But like,
If I get married, it's a
again,
one-time
by
thing.
the time you get
Yeah,
married,
but
Till
you
death
say,
do us
but
part,
you say
bitch.
that,
Till
but you
death.
have no idea what.
but also like you by the time you get married, like how many people have you had like a true connection with that it just didn't work out in the moment? It didn't work out in that time. It didn't work out because of external reasons. It's not because there was love lost, or because you didn't fuck with the person, or because it was nothing emotional or physical connection that wasn't there. It's just timing.
Well,
And then you got married.
Well, it could be a little bit of timing, or it could be like he was saying, and just like, yeah, you might have had those connections with those people, but you get to a point where it's basically make or break, and y'all decide to break. Like,
But what if you met that person like 2 years before when you were in a better place mentally, or like 3
it could
years
be,
after?
but if it's the one, you would think that they would probably, even if it's not the right best timing, they would try to find a way, or you would try to find a way to make it the right time. At least the way I'm thinking, because I've met people where I really like them, but I feel like I wasn't in the right place, or vice versa. They weren't in the right place.
Yeah.
But
I
if
think-
the feelings were mutual,
I
it
think-
would have worked.
I think me using the term "the one" is getting taken a little bit too literal.
I mean,
in
if you're
its
saying
head.
someone's the one,
I'm saying the one you're gonna spend your life with, not like your fucking soulmate that God predetermined for you. The person you're gonna spend the rest of your life with, you're gonna find at some point. I mean, hopefully.
yeah,
So that's the one.
I think that there can
They
be.
become the one in your mind, even if there's problems, there's struggles, you're gonna go through things, your relationship's gonna grow. But if you go through your entire life with that person,
See,
they
but-
ended up being the one at the end of the day.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I've seen situations where people will stick in a marriage because they feel like they don't have any, they don't want to get back into the dating scene, or they put this much time into it, so like why stop now and shit like that. So like maybe from the outside it looks like, oh, they've been married for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, everything's all, it looks like it's a great marriage, but like when you get into the actual relationship, they haven't really had love in their relationship for the past like 15 years of the marriage. So then it's kind of like, yeah, we're married, we're together.
Well, then that's not the one.
But if they're married and they stay together, to your point, using your point, it would be that they're the one. But I feel like just because you're married to someone and that's who you choose to spend the rest
If you're
of your
not in
life
love
Doesn't
with,
mean that
if you're
they're
not
wrong.
in love with somebody, then what?
But that's my point. That it's like those feelings of like love and shit like that. Those are fleeting feelings. Like they come and go. Like you might love somebody this much this
I feel
day,
like they
and
should
then
never
like,
go.
bro, it happens. Like, do you like?
The person I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, I don't intend my love to go.
It doesn't mean that you don't love them, but like the level of like in love is, it's not like you're every day like, oh my gosh, you're the best, you're the sweetest ever. Like,
no, it changes and evolves, but you're talking about people who haven't had love in their marriage at all in 15 years.
Well, I'm talking about
that's toxic. Like, get out of that.
But
like,
there's people that will do that. There's people
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm saying that that's not love.
But I don't think anybody intends to fall out of love. I don't think anybody intends to be like if I were to get married tomorrow to somebody that I thought was the one and I love them so much and I want to be with them forever, I'm not going into it with the intention for it to fail.
Right.
But shit fails.
Yeah.
So
Right.
but you could go through that like 10 times. So so are all 10 of them the one because I was with them.
They were the one for a
Are
time.
we having different color schemes at all these weddings?
27
Yeah.
dresses.
Because I'd be like,
shit,
damn.
my dad is on his third marriage. Like,
Yeah, but in his other two,
I want a nice
he was
fitted
probably in
suit.
love with them and thought that they were the one.
but
they were
I
not
might be. I mean, I don't know if
the
he
one.
give a damn at this point, but like the girlfriend that he had in between his second marriage and his third marriage, like to me, the way that I saw him being happy and like actually like wanting to be with this person, and even my older sister, like I thought that was the girl that he was gonna end up marrying,
and then,
then some shit went wrong, and she moved away back to her home country, and she ended up marrying somebody else. But to me, from what I saw, like I'm like,
That
damn,
was
that person makes my dad happy,
Yeah.
like that, like. But and not to say that
his new wife
his wife it doesn't make him happy, but it hasn't been the same level. So it's like
From what you've seen.
from what his marriage is now to what I saw then. Again, it's been years, but just because you're married with them and that's who you pick to live the rest of your life with, and we kind of made a topic off of you just saying you using the one or whatever, but like that doesn't necessarily mean like that's the person that was like I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. It's just the person that I happen to spend the rest of my life with.
Am I the only one here who believes in true love?
I never said that I don't believe in true love.
believe
I
in it.
do. I definitely do.
That's why I'm not in for.
I'm not getting the.
I feel
I'm
like
not getting the feeling that you guys.
I feel like you.
I
I
absolutely
feel like
do.
you could have that feeling for more than one person.
That's the
I
only
just
thing
don't
I'm
feel
saying,
like
yeah.
it's.
Nah.
A lot of people don't find it
feel like-
acceptable.
I feel like
Or
there's
they find
levels.
they find that concept hard to
I
grasp.
feel like there's levels of love, and I do agree with you that you could love multiple people. You can get to a certain level of love with multiple people. But to Dennis's point, I think that the one or like the person you do truly like love beyond all, I think that's you're just gonna know like this is different.
Okay,
like
so
I've
but
loved.
what happens if
you're-
that
I just-
fails?
See, I haven't been in that. All right,
I just
so
feel like there's.
I
too
just
many-
feel like if you've loved before, like you're like me, you'll always have love for those people.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean you
Yeah.
have any less love for them. They're just not for you. When you find that one that you're like, I can't live without this person. Like I love this person more.
And
than
not
anything.
everybody finds it. How many times have you guys seen like a couple together and you're like, wow, they're great together?
Yeah.
Like you've hung out and been like, obviously everyone has their own shit in their own relationships.
Yeah, everyone.
But
goes
you're
with their
like,
own
wow,
struggles.
like the personalities, like they just got
they just
it.
fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that they were kind of made for each other, and they go off and live the rest of their lives together. Not everybody finds that,
Yeah.
but I do think that they found the one for
Yeah,
them.
I've been working on
But
two
I f-
different speeches
but I
already.
feel like, and maybe this is just me because of how I am. Like, I feel like relationships with with people is just like what you have when you get a certain level of love. Like, that love for that person is never gonna leave. Like, I don't feel like there is like a pinnacle of like this is the one. There's so many different people and like. People have similar personalities, look similarly like this. Like, it's just like to say that there's one person that is it. That's all where you complete me. Like, I feel like is especially in the times, especially with how many people there are, especially with the way that people are just kind of like naturally.
You're sounding like a whore.
I just know.
I fundamentally disagree.
I feel like what you're saying is right, because I feel like you can, like, why is there only one person that you can feel that way towards? Like, if I were to
like
say, it's not that it's a whore, but if I say I'm
mouth.
with someone right now and I'm head over heels and I love him, and like, to me, like, that's end all be all, like, I want to be with him for the rest of my life. For whatever reason that fails, I'm going to meet someone else and I'm going to feel that exact same way. I'm going to feel, so it's almost just like you can feel that for multiple people. So that's why when I'm saying, like, I don't feel
I'm
like
not saying you can't love two different people in your lifetime. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, we know people that have found the one. It doesn't happen for everybody.
No, but what I'm saying is, in my mind, I could say that he's the one, but then there's going to be another the one for me.
Maybe for you, but he's in his particular thing he's talking about. There is sometimes that one person for people, and that's it.
Oh yeah, no, there
like,
is.
that is it. There's not. Oh, this is gonna fail. And we're gonna find
no,
another.
I'm not disagreeing with
what you're saying. Is if you love person X right now,
yes,
and they're the one,
yes,
and then it fails 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
And then
or 30 years down the road, and I meet someone else.
And then
that doesn't mean that I wasn't in love with that person.
Correct.
Or that they weren't, like, I couldn't live without them.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that those feelings weren't there.
Correct.
It just failed for whatever reason.
It just meant that they weren't the one. You were wrong. And that's okay.
No. I don't think there's a wrong. No, I don't think there's a wrong. I don't think anybody's wrong. If I were to marry somebody and be married to them for 50 years, that's not wrong. If it fails, that's not wrong. You can't say, like, oh, the last.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong for marrying them. I'm saying that they weren't the one. And that's okay.
So
like, you could spend all that time together, but
they were for a time, and that's okay.
Sometimes
they weren't, and you probably won't. If you've lived 50 years with somebody, you're probably not going to find the one after that.
Why?
Because we don't have enough.
I'm saying probably.
Why not?
How much dating?
People
50 years after. 50 years
date.
after now, you're gonna be in your mid 70s. Like, how much life do you have
75
to go find another?
That's true,
the
but
one?
you never know.
I'm saying probably not.
Those
I'm not saying it's impossible.
I've heard those senior citizen homes.
They fall in love in the
crazy.
Yeah, but
It's the number one place for
in the villages.
STDs. Number one place for STDs.
But even then, like,
because they don't care, they're gonna die.
I guess it really is your definition of what love is. Because there's people that
I never said you can't find love at other places. I'm saying the one.
I think everybody has their own perception on relationships, love, all of that, and I think that's why dating is kind of hard, because it's hard to find that one person who shares the same values as you, the same mindset as you, because
the same love language.
You don't need to find a clone of yourself.
But I also feel like, because, like, and this might sound like I'm an asshole, but, like, I don't feel like I need anyone to, like, make me feel like, oh, like, I can't live without them. Like,
it doesn't make you an asshole. That means you love yourself.
Yeah, but some people take that and like, oh my gosh, like, I'm like, well.
Is there a certain thing you need out of love? Going off that topic, I can lead off if you.
I mean,
please
feel
elaborate. That way I can at least hear somebody give a response before I'm like.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Who's elaborating first?
That's what I'm saying.
He is. Oh, you are?
Go, Eric. It's fine.
What was I just saying? I don't feel like I need.
No. I asked, what do you need out of a relationship?
So I mean, I guess, like,
what's the number one thing?
Someone for support. I will support them. They will support me, and however that
emotional,
physical, financial. Like, we were there to help each other
through sickness and in health.
Yeah, level up in life, grow as people, like, be there for each other, and, like, to me, like, and I said this, I think, on Lloyd's episode, like, love is a selfless thing. Like, you can't be selfish and love somebody selfishly. Yeah. I don't feel like that's real love. Like, you have to, if you truly love somebody, like, you have to be unselfish and understand that is, they're their own person. They have their own life. They have their own friends, problems, family, this, that, whatever, and you are helping take on their problems and they should be helping you take on your problems as well. That's what I feel like a real love relationship is. Because, like, I mean, it's like, how can you... The loving selfishly shit is like, it's always been weird to me how people is like, I don't want to fucking share you with anyone. It's like, they want to take up all your time. Like, and I've seen it with, like, you want to take people's time away from their family, from their friends, and not have them have their own life. It's like, how does that show that you love someone if you just want them all to yourself? If you know that you love them, like, you want to share that, in my opinion.
I was thinking more of, like, on a not superficial level, but
materialistic.
Not even that. Like, do you need, like, a certain I'll just come out and say it. This might be like a shallow and asshole thing to say.
Fuck it.
I'll say I told you to say it.
Okay. I feel like whoever is like the one for me, whoever I end up spending the rest of my life with, like they have to like challenge me mentally. Like
sure.
that might be super shallow to say and
Not
kind of
at
an
all.
asshole
I feel
thing
like
to
that's.
come with.
Oh,
But like if I don't get like challenged mentally, like I want to marry somebody who's really smart.
I feel like that's part of growth, though. You have to have some.
You gotta
You
know
have to have
yourself.
people around
Yeah.
you that are going to be able to challenge you like that. And then when you translate that to a relationship, like that person romantically, like they have to be able to help you grow as a person, and you don't grow if you don't have people challenging you.
And I just mean like can like push back on conversations,
Mm-hmm.
can articulate themselves, can
Yeah.
kind of like match wits. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I don't think I'm even.
You're very well spoken, though.
I just mean like I just want somebody that's like it's
To stimulate you.
I think it's might be a bit shallow, but I think I need that.
I don't
Like,
think
I
that's
don't
shallow.
think
I
it's
think
shallow.
that's deep.
a
But like I
preference.
see some people around here that you've seen like people out there that like they just want to like have to control their woman,
Yeah,
and they want to like mansplain everything and like.
and that's not really a relationship.
But they need something. But who's to say that what I need is better than what they need out of a relationship?
If it's agreed upon, then I would say that's fine. But like, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's healthy. Like, if you feel like man or woman, like if you feel like you have to be codependent on somebody for anything, really, I don't feel like that's really
It's not
healthy. Because then like it comes to a point where it feels like you're just.
I
with
think
them.
codependency is somewhat healthy. I think you need to be able to lean on somebody.
leaning
leaning
is
on
one
someone
thing.
and codependency
leaning
are
on
two
some,
different
yeah,
things.
I think it's codependency is more like I need you for this.
Like
I
they can't
cannot-
physically live because, like, for instance,
not
on a-
physically live,
well, I'm
but
talking
it-
about on a financial level, or like when someone you get deeper into like those controlling relationships where it's like one party is like really controlling the facets of the relationship. Like,
Like
no, you
everything.
can't go there. I'm not giving you the money to go there.
Yeah.
And that's
you're
more
not
what-
working,
That's what I'm talking
then-
about. Like but who's to say that what they want out of like certain men that I know, like look to be like, I'm the breadwinner, I'm the supporter, and we're gonna have children, and you're the stay-at-home wife.
There's a lot of men like that.
And like that's what and some of them have like love-filled relationships. Some of them you can tell that, I'm not casting any judgment, but I wouldn't want their relationship from what it seems.
But it like I said,
But
again,
who's to say that like
if
what they
that's-
want is less shallow than what I
well,
want?
if that's what they both want, then that's one thing. Like if
if their
that's something they're
partner
both agreeing
wants that.
on and like coming to terms on, that's one thing. But like
Like
when
the
it
girl
seems
was like, I want to stay at home.
yeah, to your point, when it seems like someone's being overly controlling and it's not like an
That's toxic, yeah.
agreed upon thing, that's when it's kind of like, all right, like,
Yeah, that's where I would see it as more of like the unhealthy, and not just, for instance, just with money wise, but like Eric was
Anything.
saying, if
Your
someone's
time.
like,
Yeah.
no, like I need you here today for what? I freaking need you, and then
Yeah.
they didn't need you for anything. They just didn't want you to spend time with anybody else. Like that's
That's
a
a very-
toxic.
That's
That's
and I,
that's
That's very
toxic.
codependent.
But self-admittance time. I think that I've definitely like just needed to be around people. Like I've definitely like wanted. Like I just
yeah, but
want to
not
spend.
all the time.
But I just want to spend my day with you.
That's normal. But
I
like
get
all
it.
the time.
Like, I don't wanna do
every
shit.
day.
Yeah, no, I mean I understand that too, and people are like that, and you could do things with your partner, but like Eric was saying, and I'm different than most people. I mean, girls get fed up. Girls I've talked to have gotten fed up with me for this. That like I do spread myself thin. I try to help a lot of people.
Yes, you do.
So I can't give this woman all of this
I'm
time.
giving you what I can.
Like, and that's not necessarily good for them. Sometimes they don't like that.
They want somebody more physically and emotionally.
Correct. They
available.
want somebody always there and always present, asking how their day is 24/7. I'm like, when I'm there, I'm the best person that will be there. But if I'm not there, I'm sorry that I can't do this all the time. Like, that's just how I am right now. I'm trying to get to a point to where I can give them more time, but I'm not there yet. So I am kind of selfish in my life right now. And I know this, but it's self-awareness. Like, you also got to know going into these
You're also not
relationships.
selling somebody the dream. And
Correct.
being-
I tell them what it is, but like some people, don't want to name any names. Some people refuse to hear what I'm saying out loud.
like this isn't gonna work.
As of
This isn't what you
they think,
it is.
and I'm gonna look like the bad guy, and that's perfectly fine. They can put that blame on me, but I've clearly said what my goals are.
But you were
and
honest.
Exactly. So I sleep. They're like, "How can you sleep at night?" I sleep like a motherfucking baby.
But it's
But
all
that's where
it's all
like
point
they're
of view.
codependent because if you have to or want to be with someone every single day and like can't have space.
That's extreme though.
That's codependent.
I mean, some females are like that, but to that being said, some guys are just as bad.
I was gonna say
some
men-
guys are
Some
like,
guys
no,
are
I need
just as
you
bad.
all the time. Like you have to be here,
Facts.
or like hella overprotective, not
Yeah.
overprotective, hella jealous. Like
insecure.
Very insecure.
they're scared if someone goes out.
You can't go out.
My thing is
You can't
in a
let that.
relationship, the
Have your
biggest
own life,
the
like,
biggest
have
thing
your
in a
own
relationship
shit.
has to be trust. The
Yeah.
number one thing has to be trust, because I physically will not be there all the time. I have to trust you to make good decisions on your own, to not make us look bad. So if you can go do your thing, live your own life, don't put yourself in unnecessary danger. But if I trust you
Yeah,
to
like-
do that,
Yeah.
I trust you. I'm not gonna half-ass trust you, being like, oh, where? I mean, granted, I'm kind of one, like, I wouldn't mind sharing locations and shit like that, but I trust somebody to do what they're saying they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, just don't make us look bad. Don't fucking try to run game on it. Like, if it is what it is, let me know that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, that and just trust being the biggest
yeah,
thing.
trust.
Trust.
Yeah, definitely.
Trust.
What comes after trust and the most important?
Communication
Yeah, but
and understanding,
yeah.
and then. I don't
Sorry
know,
for getting
actually.
us so off topic, guys.
No, it's all good.
This kind of fell in the topics.
I did.
But I mean,
What was one?
Oh, you never answered my question.
What was your question?
Is there
No, I
any-
agreed with him.
That's what you need the most? I'm saying, what do you need the most out of a relationship? I was saying my answer was shallow. He was saying his was support.
Support. I would say.
His was trust.
I would definitely say trust. Just
That's what you... outside of that, more superficial. Everyone needs that.
loyalty.
That kind
Loyalty.
of
I
I think everybody. I think everybody needs that.
If you're actually in a relationship, like, that is very important.
I think, like, if I'm in a relationship, if there's one thing I'm going to be worried about and I'm going to be looking for is loyalty. And that's not something that is
If
easy
you're gonna
to come
be
by.
if you're gonna be worried about it, though, I feel like then that first part, trust, is the issue.
Okay, so
Because
then
if you're
trust.
worried
okay,
about,
so then I'm looking for trust.
Back
I
to
need to be able to trust you because I have trust issues. And I will admit that. Like, I'm not the most trusting person. I'm probably going to question, not to you, but in my head, I'm going to question everything that you're
But you think
saying.
you should
But
probably
as long
just-
as you can trust him, everything else is Gucci.
If I can trust you, if I can trust you, you're going to get the best version of me. If I don't trust you, you're not going to get that.
But that's what you look for. Then that if you, as long as you trusted that person, that's what you look for in a relationship.
I said loyalty.
Loyalty, as long as they're loyal. Like,
that come home at night.
I'm trying to pry like a more super like.
Not
Not superficial,
like
but,
if
like-
we're gonna get into like, I feel like, okay, so I feel like everybody has. I mean, I don't know about everybody because apparently, from what I've recently learned, this isn't like all guys know these, but like love languages, I feel like are super important, and I feel like my love languages are physical touch and words of affirmation. So words of affirmation is more like reassurance, and then physical touch, like I'm a very touchy person, and if you're not that way, not gonna work. And if you're not able to communicate, I feel like it's not really gonna, kind of like what you said, like I need you to stimulate my mind. So that goes with like communication words. Like I need you to be able to communicate what you're feeling
And talk good about me. And talk
not
good.
not necessarily about me, more like you. Like I want to know how you feel. Like if you're just sitting over there quiet for 7 hours of the day, I'm probably gonna wonder what's going on in your head.
What if he's just a quiet
Communicate. Well, then
Clearly won't work for Kristen.
yeah, like
She needs a talker.
guy? He's a communicator.
I need to we need to communicate. Like if there could be nothing on your head, tell me that. Like tell me, like yep,
A
I'm not
whole
thinking
lot
about.
of
I just
nothing.
need some time,
And
whatever.
and if he says that and he's still quiet,
Oh, then fine. At least I know. But if you just leave me in the dark and I have no idea, then I'm gonna assume, and that's not what you want. You don't want me to like assume things in my head because I'm gonna think the worst. And then physical touch. I'm very touchy. I could literally like when I'm in love with someone, like I just want to like be on top of you all the time. So if that's not something that works for you, we're not gonna work because some people don't like to be touched.
See, I've also learned about the said love languages. They change.
Said love languages. What does that mean?
For instance, physical touch, I mean, I would say is probably one of mine because I'm the same way. I don't want to be physically on top of them, but best believe you around me, I'm grabbing that ass. I'm like, come here, girl. Anyways, or like I'm
Physical
BQ with it.
touch.
Like I like holding girls' hands and stuff and walking around and being cute.
Being cute with it.
Yeah,
I don't like PDA.
Public displays of affection.
Don't like it.
I do that too.
Do not like it.
I'm like, if you're my girl,
Then-
you're my girl.
Wait a minute.
I like physical touch.
Just
not
not
in
in
front of
public.
anybody.
Just not like I mean I'll hold hands like you were saying, but like
I mean,
if
it's
you're
not
gonna
crazy. I'm not gonna freaking like put my hand down a girl's pants in public or something. But I'm just
But you'd be
saying.
surprised at who would try to do that.
Yeah.
So like I'm just not a PDA. Like
Men.
if we're
I mean,
standing in
I'm
line,
respectful.
if we're standing in line like at the grocery store,
If I
like,
don't
there's
think
no
anyone
reason
could-
for you to be on top.
If
Like,
I don't think anyone
trying
can
to
see
touch
me,
me. Does that make sense? Like you know how like you're standing in the Chipotle line
It
and the
seems
couple in
like-
front of you was like they're rubbing each other.
It
They're,
seems like, and I might be wrong here.
You like the physical touch on your time.
It seems like you're pretty like things going when I want them to go.
Boom.
No.
Getting down to
I
the
just
root
don't
of
like
it.
PDA.
all right. So you're saying this
No.
is the time where it's not okay, sir.
I just feel like there's just times for
What
it.
if y'all
like,
are out a lot though?
That's what I'm saying.
Not necessarily times
on
but,
your
like,
time.
It can be any time, but if we're standing in line at Publix,
Just not that time.
and you want to rub on me, I feel like it's very inappropriate.
What if he just
like,
looked over, saw you, realized that he was madly in love, and that's what he wanted to do?
In the Publix line.
The cashier's like your card, and he's just full on
Yeah,
making
like that's
out with
probably
you.
just stress me
Sir,
out.
you're
I don't know what it is, but
Give me a second.
it's not.
Go straight back to
I
making
love my
out.
woman.
That's
I wouldn't say
funny
it's on
as
my
fuck.
time.
I'm not
though.
saying you're wrong for it. I just think that like a lot of people don't realize how much that they want things on their schedule.
I wouldn't say it's on a schedule though.
That's low key,
Not-
Kristen. It's
maybe-
kind of on your schedule though.
maybe-
How is it?
Maybe not the
'Cause I
right
don't
word.
like
I'm
PDA.
using. Maybe
No,
not the right word. I'm
Not
using.
just PDA. It's just like on your schedule, meaning like I'm another thing that
on
I'm
my
pretty
terms.
bad at. I'm bad at that because I know I want things on my terms because of how like basically how I'm spreading myself so thin. I only have so much time. So yeah, the shit I want on my terms has to happen this way. And like some people don't like that, and I understand that. And I'm not saying they got to be a part of it. But if they are a part in it and they're like, "Oh, but why are you like this?" I literally told you why I'm like this. I only have so much time to do all of these things. What are you expecting from me? So that is what he means, like kind of by like on your time, like you're deciding when it's okay. Basically, like you said, oh, I like to be all over them. All right, what if they're same as like they like to be handsy, and then you're telling them, no, you can't be handsy if we're at the store, or oh, you can't be handsy if
right
you walk
now,
out this
I'm
time.
not into it right now.
Like they're like, and these motherfuckers. I mean, because
It's okay whenever you want to do it. It's just not okay whenever he
yeah,
wants
that's
to do it.
and that's the hard part for
No.
someone to get. They're like, this isn't an on and off switch. Like you can't just tell me no. Like people can get that way. They could think that way. I agree with you. I don't. I'm respectful. At least I'm not gonna be doing crazy shit in like literally in Publix. I mean, if the aisle is empty, the aisle is empty. But
Okay, if the aisle's empty, that's fine. But if we're in line with 10 other people and you decide you want to take a handful of my ass, I'm probably going to get mad.
what if it's like he's blocking you though? So
I'm probably going to get upset.
only he can see.
But
your
do you
ass.
not see where I'm coming from? Like,
I mean, I guess I don't, I guess look at it as like
It's not
this
fully.
is my
It's not
terms
fully
and
on
it's
your
not,
terms,
like,
I guess, but it's kind of on your terms. Like you're trying to say, like
you're setting boundaries. Like this is when it's acceptable, and this is when
all
it's
I'm
not.
saying is, if you
You
do
fit
get
in-
into a relationship, you should clarify.
You
these
fit
things.
in this area.
Yeah, because if you don't clarify, that's when there can be a gray area. And I've learned gray areas are very bad for relationships. Terrible.
Yeah, they are.
If you leave somebody in a gray area, they're gonna
Like I
what
said, I'm
females
gonna
do. They're gonna assume the worst.
And then I'm gonna
That's
run with whatever's in my
pretty
head.
judgment. That's pretty.
I've been
It's a
around.
big generalization.
Yeah.
There is. I have.
Every woman
I have
assumes
three.
the
Every
worst.
I have
woman,
three
but
male
a
cousins.
Majority women.
And nothing but else
I feel
but
like-
women in my family. I have a lot of female perspectives on this matter, to where I know females will. I'm not gonna say all. Fine, I'll give it
It's a
99.4.
majority. And you have
percent
two
of the time.
best friends.
Yeah,
I
I
know
have.
how we
I
are.
have a lot of women in my life that definitely think the worst.
I think people think the worst.
Most people do. Most people do. I'm one of the rare ones.
I was to
I
say,
like
you're
to-
very positive. You don't ever.
I like to try to think people aren't absolute scum, but majority of people are absolute scum.
Very nice.
Try to give them the benefit of the doubt, though, because you never know what someone's going through. You could have had a shit day, shit week.
Mm-hmm.
You never
Yeah.
know.
Shit month.
Shit year,
Shit
shit
year.
couple of
Shit
years.
life.
Facts.
Yep.
That would suck.
Life's dealt them a shitty hand.
But
Yep.
that sucks.
You just got to have a good poker face. I got pocket twos, but you don't see. I'm living life lavish.
7-2 offset.
It's like, I'm just going. I'm bluffing my way through it until a new dealer passes me some new cards, and I'm like, ooh.
How does this become a poker analogy?
I don't know, just because I like playing poker.
I liked it.
Oh, you lost me there a little bit. I don't really play poker though.
I know.
So.
I saw it losing you.
Glaze
I was
over.
like,
All
like,
right. This is
he's
this
gone.
is not for me. This
All
is
right,
not meant
let
for
me stop. Let me stop. But with all this being said, anyone got any final words that you want to tell the people?
Did we clarify on everything we wanted to? We cleared
I
some
think
things
so.
up.
Pretty sure.
We might have went a little off topic. Sorry about that. We
Definitely went off topic.
We definitely went on a
times.
tangent for a little bit. But,
Such is life.
yeah.
You got anything else?
Remember, fuck bitches, get money.
How about you, Kristen?
Wow.
You got
I feel like
be
Jacob
better,
doesn't
Jacob.
actually feel that way.
I just had to say it. We said that on a break, so it
Yeah,
was
that
funny.
was a little intense. No, I don't really have anything to say. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for coming by. Dennis, you got anything else?
Love everybody.
He's looking for his one.
No, don't love everybody.
Oh.
Look for love.
Don't look for love.
Oh.
Let love find you.
Oh, shit.
Back on
your terms.
It's like, Jesus.
All right, with that, everybody love everybody. See y'all next week.
Peace.